Hello everybody, my name's Swicey and welcome to my channel. Today I'm on Legends account and I'm going to be teaching you guys how to build an endgame Hydra team. This account is ultra endgame. Now I'm not going to go ahead and show all of his best champ speeds and things, but just an idea of what we have. This is the Ronda, this is the Rotos. You can just pause and look at it if you need. Plenty of amazing champions laying around. He has Jinro. So has played the game plenty, definitely enough to get something going here. So let's go ahead and head on over to Hydra, where he was originally getting, what, I think it was about 1 billion in total. And I really don't think that's enough. I think he has plenty of room to get, I mean, just a Nightmare team alone in the billions. Because if we look at the area bonuses, we have Hydra at 10, 10, 10. The rest of it's looking really good as well. And the defense, ignore, and speed is really what we're looking for anyways. So let's go ahead, as I mentioned, head on over to Hydra and see what type of team we could get set up. I'm going to go ahead and clear these out because I'm actually going to be building 3 teams, but I'm going to be focusing on 1 team for you guys, and then I'll be doing the rest on my own. But I figured might as well do the best team together, upload the video, give you guys something to watch because it's been a bit since I've uploaded. Been busy recently with some family stuff, but it's perfectly fine. We are going to knock this out. So the first thing that I look for here is, do we have a Mikage? Because we do have Harima and we do have Mishinaki. So the lack of a Mikage makes this a little bit harder, but I mean, it's nothing too crazy. Then we're also going to look for a Padrick, any of the really good ally attack champions. These are all very important ones, and without them it's going to be a lot harder to get a team built the way that I'd like to get one built. Seems like we might not have one outside of a 6-star Longbeard. Yeah, alright guys, so this is going to be a non-ally attack team, which means I definitely have to go Necmo, Harima. We need Mishinaki for sure. He's got to come in here. Varl is another one that has to get in here. And that leaves us with needing a lot of support. We need either a torment counter or just somebody to do a cleanse. And we also need probably another turn meter booster or something like that. We definitely need a bit more provoke. Some hexes out there would be nice. So let's see what he has. I mean, things like Mashalet are cool for like speed control and the leech and things, but it just isn't enough. Yastrid, but dang, she'd be really, really good. The only issue with her is we already have Necmo in here and we already have a decently consistent weaken. And we have increased speed, decreased speed, so she's not exactly needed. Not a bad option though. I guess we gotta head on over to our maybe Pythion, because we do definitely need some support in here. We need a reviver. Oh, that's what we need. We need an increased attack champion, and we need a yeah, okay. So we want her for increased attack. Where is she? And then we need somebody for increased defense, and Sify's probably the best one, which leaves us needing a person just to keep the team alive. This is where a Krisk would come into play, a Visix. I really wouldn't like to use Visix here, but it might be what we have to do. There is no Krisk. There is no Islin, is there? We do have everything here. I'm not seeing a Krisk or an Islin. It would really suck if I'm missing these. Like if they're there and I'm just not seeing them. But yeah, we don't have either of those, which means we probably have to head on over to our Visix. And now Visix makes this a little bit less endgame. Everybody else here is definitely some really, really solid champions. And Visix is great, don't get me wrong. It's just not quite the level of a Krisk. Yeah, a last check through, we do not have an Islin, we don't have a Krisk, which means this is the team we're going to go with. What all of these brings us, we don't actually have a torment counter, but we're not worried about that. We are really just going to focus on killing torment as quick as possible with Varl and Harima. Mishi isn't amazing for just pure one target instant kill. That's more on the Varl side of things with a little bit of help from our Harima. We then have two consistent weakens and a really good decreased defense champion. We also have turn meter boost, we have block buffs, we have a revive, we have ally protect. We do plan on getting her to be a mischief tank. We don't have anybody doing random buffs. We need to get rid of his smite and move it to something else, which will probably be the thing where when you have more buffs, you do more damage. Heaven cast, yeah, probably be heaven cast. So I'm going to go ahead and get things ready, and then I'm going to go through and actually build each of the champions with you guys. So I'll be back, and we'll be doing them in order. We'll be going Yastrid, Siphi, Visix, and then the DPS. I just want to go support to DPS. And yeah, so we'll be there in just a second. Alright guys, so we have everybody here. I went ahead and put everybody in recently used first. We do have the Siphi. Now, I'm going to show the build. I usually wouldn't do this, but considering I have to use her in the team, there's nobody else who does what she does. We will be seeing the speed. Sorry if I'm doxing any important information when it comes to the Siphi, but yeah, so she's already built. I'm going to go ahead and show her now. We probably won't go over her again. I'm not touching the build. It's a really good build. 83k HP, 4.3k defense, 419 speed. Fully booked, obviously, 6-star polymorph, and then going down into retribution with timely intervention. I would say that Spirit Haste could be really good, or going double counterattack is probably really good as well. But considering we're using her in Hydra, deterrence is pretty bad, so I do like the mastery setup that we have now. So now let's go ahead and build up Yastrid. Now with the team, we're not missing too many things. We really just want to be going super fast, getting as many things done as possible. We will be trying to get Visix into some form of relentless or merciless. Okay, let's see if there is any merciless before I try to... Okay, we have a refresh piece here. Doesn't seem like we have any merciless though. Now, what are we looking like with the reflex? That is the next important thing to check. Maybe, okay, we do have some pieces, nothing amazing. Now, it is worth trying to make this work, and if it doesn't work, we can always do impulse, and I know there is good impulse, so let's head back over to Yastrid. Now, with her, I think I want to get her in Hex gear, and the reason I want to do that is I want to have somebody to set up our Michi. The other way I could go is go with a Guardian set because, well, Varl is not a tanky guy, and I don't want people dying. We only have one reviver. Now, granted, he's probably the only one that would die. It's just we don't want him dead all the time. That's really not ideal and not something we're looking towards doing. So let's see what we can get done. I do think we could substitute the Guardian set by going with Bulwark just to make something work here. Now let's double check. Everybody has masteries for the most part, not fully done. Something to mention, Varl is not fully built. He's not fully booked. So no matter what I do with the build, it isn't going to be a perfect representation of the actual team's overall damage. I don't plan on doing a full run of the team, just a small piece of it so you guys can see kind of what the team will do. Now with Yastrid, we would like to get a good bit of Slayer in here. Slayer is going to give us more and more turn meter if we get a 4-piece. This would allow for some extra damage as well, just because it inherently gives us some decent stats for damage. So let's see what we can get here. Accuracy, resistance, HP, awesome. This piece is pretty solid. Oh my gosh. All right. Well, that kind of screwed us over. Let's go back here. We want the... Yeah, we want these two. First, I don't like that it does this every now and then. Yeah. All right. Sometimes this breaks when you accidentally go to the other tab. We are back. Now, I would like a little something from you guys. If you guys could let me know if you would like a bit more, you know, not just purely informational content. I could make some more entertaining content, but I do like to just put out information out there to help you guys progress in the game. I would like to move towards some just more entertaining content in general, because I know sometimes my voice can be monotone, or I can just kind of ramble on about a certain topic, and it might not be the most fun to watch after a certain amount of time. So if there's anything you guys would like to see, anything you guys would like to see less of or more of, do let me know. I'm always trying to learn as a content creator how to get better content out for you guys. Right, we got cursed, so we have no curse set. Yeah, no, there's no way we're making that work. Doesn't seem like we have too many ice golem runs done, which is really, really sad. It's such an important dungeon to run. And I know for a long time I wasn't doing any of it, but now that I have been doing it, I've been getting some really good pieces, and it's changed my account 100%. Looking at this, we're not going to be able to get a damage provoke set, and we can't always guarantee that Visix is going to have her provoke up. So we need somebody else and provoke, and this leaves us at a really weird situation where we're going to have to hope and pray for some crazy, crazy speed stats. Okay, I mean, that's a phenomenal piece. Now it would really, really take a great backup. We could glyph up some... Okay, we do need more accuracy. That is definitely something I need to worry about. So let's see if we can get a better piece here just based on pure accuracy. Looking at it now, we're going to have to glyph a bunch of accuracy and a bunch of speed, and we'd rather not have to do that. So we didn't get any extra, but extra stats are extra stats. Okay. Now, do we have speed glyphs? We have plenty of speed glyphs. I love when I see this on takeovers. This is a really good thing to do, guys. Save up glyphs so you're able to do a decent overhaul of your account all at once. This allows you to not just randomly throw glyphs away, and once you have an idea of a whole team you want to build, having those glyphs will make it so much easier. And overall, you'll be able to get stuff done quicker by saving, which is not always fun. Wait, Shadow Legends is nobody's favorite. I definitely would rather just be actually doing things, but here we are. This is the game we play at the end of the day. Now we are at 286, which isn't bad at all, considering we didn't have very good provoke gear. Definitely got carried on these. But yeah, now I definitely need a little bit more accuracy and less. Let's double check. I think I need around... Yeah, okay. I mean, I would only need a little bit more, nothing crazy. Yeah, we'll take that and move on to the next champion. So Yastrid is done. Now we have our Visix. So as I mentioned with Visix, we want to be getting some impulse in here. Something I should mention as I'm building these champions is why I go to the accessories and then go to the actual gear. If you go to the accessories first, it gives you a bit of an outline of how you actually want to get your champions built, how you want them, or what you're capable of getting done on them. When you don't do this, you often will just find pieces, be like, oh, this doesn't work, and just keep redoing it on the top. As once you have a good foundation of the bottom row, well, the very bottom row, you're really able to do a lot more and a lot more efficiently. All right, let's go ahead and look for an amulet and a banner. I'm more looking for a banner right now. We want to get a resistance one because we're looking at using her as a resistance tank, or a mischief tank really. Any of these that were to roll good. Even a double roll speed would be really good right now. There we go. Awesome. Triple, even better, but okay. Wow. We did get the triple. That is phenomenal. Now we just want to see some accuracy, some resistance, some decent rolls on both. Preferably in a defense piece. Now, if there isn't one, okay, that is exactly what I want to see. So we are looking great right now. We need to go ahead and swap out her masteries and just let them sit. That being said, we need to take a look at Yastrid's masteries. And looking at her, again, we don't have books actually. So let's buy her masteries just so we can have this here. This is a little bit iffy. I mean, Shield Bearer and Exalt in Death aren't really useful on her. We just want to be able to reach over here. Figured that's something I should mention. But without her being booked, this is going to just be another champion where it's kind of hard to see the final product of it. So again, the test run isn't going to be perfect, but it's going to be at least an idea of what's possible with the team. That actually puts her at 287. I think it's probably the same since it's only... ooh. I jump around every now and then, guys. I apologize. We would love to see a bit more speed. Yeah, there we go. Okay. So actually, Yastrid ends out at... That isn't going to work. We can't end out at 299. Come on, let's see the 300. Is there any piece that isn't... No, all these pieces are already done really well. We'll use one. There we go. Okay, awesome. We end her out at 301 speed, 345 accuracy. That is great. Let's head back over here where we can go ahead and glyph this up. Apologies if I jump around, guys. I just have these thoughts. I have to go back to them. I have to fix them before I just forget about it because I tend to do that a lot. So we have her at 132 speed, 266 accuracy, and 161. Wait, no. 266 resistance and then 161 accuracy. We need to focus a good bit on accuracy, but even more on resistance. We want to be, I believe it's around 400-ish. We can always leave room to glyph. But yeah, so these, man, I guess he just recently got his first good set of impulse. Ooh, we missed out. Okay. That's a great piece. This one could be absolutely... I don't even want to go to 12. Okay, so it's not for her, but still amazing. Let's go here. What do we have? That's phenomenal. It's exactly what we wanted. Accuracy at the bottom would have been nice, but not necessary. This is another god tier piece, maybe not on her specifically, but just for the account in general, and something I can come back to while building a damage dealer. Both of these, actually, these could both maybe end up on Varl, depending on what we're able to do. But now we should probably check our Relentless. I think Relentless would be a good place to go next. If not Relentless, we would be looking at Reflex. We don't really have Reflex. We maybe have Merciless. No, we don't even have Merciless. So yeah, we have to head on over to Relentless. Considering this is a pretty big account, I'd expect a decent amount of this. Again, we have to be focusing on resistance while we're here. We can't forget about that goal. And we might have to go a resistance chestplate actually. If this goes speed. Okay, triple defense, not bad. What do we hit here? Accuracy, that's awesome. We do lose some survivability, but we might be able to make it up with all the stats we just gained with things like this, getting that HP percent, getting that accuracy. We want to be getting some more speed and accuracy right now. Accuracy is our lowest stat at the moment, And that is what we need to be looking for. So we're going to go heavy on the accuracy. So 275, 254. Do we have room to glyph? That is one of the big questions here. So if we don't have room to glyph, we're probably going to have to drop the impulse, which isn't nice, but you got to do what you got to do. So we're going to go speed and accuracy on HP percent. Well, no, we want defense percent gauntlets, and then we need a flat HP helmet, obviously. That is insane. I honestly don't even want to put that on her. Like, yeah, she's a great champion, but that seems a bit overkill. The Ugo, that's a great piece. I think that has to go to her. And then this one, we need to get some resistance in here as well. We want to stick within here so we get, yeah, okay. That's what we like. Now we just need a bit more resistance, which this is what we saved these for. Do we need the resistance? Do we need the accuracy? And to me, it's looking like we probably need to go down the resistance tree, which isn't always ideal, because then we either lose the damage or we lose the turn meter. And I think this time around we're going to be losing the damage because the turn meter is really, really nice to have, and I don't want to lose out on that. All right. Let's go Lord of Steel, Cycle of Magic, Lasting Gifts, and then we'll head down here and probably grab Retribution because we definitely don't want deterrence. This puts her at 390. If we go to Hydra battles, we're at 430, which I think is fine. 272, 413. Overall, not bad. And Relentless, not taking the absolute best gear, but taking some decent gear because we definitely need that considering we're using her in Nightmare. We could drop a bit of a defense glyph and then a speed glyph. I know I haven't done a full-on build video like this in a while, guys. If you are enjoying it, don't forget to hit that like button. Consider subscribing because I do plan on doing some more long-form content. Because from what I've learned over what this past a little bit over a year I've been doing this, you guys tend to like long-form, get more engagement through it. So yeah, Visix is done. That being said, I should probably do that to Siphi as well. Now we have the DPS. This is where things get a little bit more tricky. We have to keep in mind that Harima is an arena nuker. She is very important for arena, somebody that you cannot just kind of throw off to the side. Varl is a very, very strong nuker everywhere in PvE and in PvP actually. I don't think he gets enough credit for how much damage he can really do in PvP. And then Mishinaki is just a fantastic champion. You can use him in PvP, but he's definitely more the PvE boss killer. So I'm going to go ahead, take a look around the account a little bit more, and come back once I've decided who we should build first. I'll be right back. Alright, based on what I've seen, we need to build Varl first, because there's a crap ton of attack-based nukers on this account, and we're going to have to decide who's going to lose gear and who's not going to. I think Rhodos can't, but outside of that, I'm not too worried about people losing gear. We should probably check the Trunda. How is she looking? She's okay. I mean, nothing insane, so I guess we could even take from her. Are his masteries good? Absolutely not. That's a good one to have, but really we should be going down here just so we can make sure to grab the reset cooldowns. Would we rather go Ruthless Ambush into... yeah, I guess we might as well. And then we want to pick up the accuracy tree. Alright, there we go. So, he needs booked, she needs booked. Does Visix need booked? No, Visix is booked. Mishinaki's booked. Okay, so just these two, arguably two of the most important, but still, only two missing books. Let's go ahead and get him built. So, with nukers, I do always like to check and make sure, we'll see if we can get any oh, what's the name? Any Slayer. So there is no Slayer accessories, which is not nice. Let's take a look at the rings, see the highest attack. Let's drop the set filters, go to equipped. That is what we're looking for. That is amazing. Let's go attack and crit damage. Doesn't seem like he has ran really any Shogun. When I got in this account, I was really thinking it was super ultra endgame, but some of these things are telling me it's not quite there, especially the oils and the lack of having all these champions booked. Definitely an endgame account, but maybe a little bit less than I was expecting. We want to see... Oh, okay, well, I guess I stand corrected. There's some maxed out there. Anyways, let's grab one with the most accuracy with some attack. There we go. And now we need attack, speed, and accuracy. What do we have? Have that one on our R-Tech. We definitely want to see some more attack percent than that, but then we also need to think, hey, we need all this. Okay. Yeah, this one is so good for the speed. Maybe we could use this and pick up some more accuracy rolls elsewhere. So we're going to bring that in. We are right now at 195. So we would like to get around 300 on him. It isn't going to put us at the perfect spot, but it'll put us where we'll be placing it sometimes. If we can get more, that would be amazing. Let's go ahead and check what nuking gear we have. We did have some Merciless. Now, a 6-piece is what we need. Don't know exactly what we have. Definitely not a 6-piece. So we need to be looking at lethal. Well, lethal and savage both. With here, we definitely have a lot of amazing pieces. Now, it's just what can we do to actually fill this out? Now, I usually do my stuff by hand, and that's why I'm doing it by hand here, but every now and then I'll pull out the optimizer. I don't think the optimizer helps people learn exactly. If you have no idea how to build, yes, it'll help, but if you don't know how to look through your own gear, or somebody else's gear maybe, it just, you got to figure out how to do it yourself. Yeah. What kind of boots do we have over... I always like to check the bottom 3 to see kind of what we have in both sides. It's really important to know what gear you're working with. We need to see... Oh, okay, that's not what we want to see. We need to see some speed boots with some really good rolls like this. Maybe some attack percent boots with a speed main. Well, a speed ascension. So... between the two sets, I'm thinking that we have the best gear in lethal, so we are going to start here. That would be really, really nice for us. That would still give us some crit rate. That gives us a lot of accuracy, good crit damage, attack percent. I think that is going to be one of the pieces we use. Now I want to see what kind of gauntlets we have. Do we have crit damage with speed? If so, what do we have? Highest crit rate, highest speed. That one. No, is it worth it? Yeah, it's for sure worth it. I'm gonna say we're gonna lose a little bit of damage by not going with something a bit more attack percent heavy, but I think it's worth going for this. Now, here we have a lot of speed, some more accuracy. Let's go ahead and glyph this accuracy while we're here. I'm going to drop a 6-star. Got the 16. Awesome. We only need one more piece of lethal and then probably a perception piece. Now, if we look at our perception pieces, what do we have? I want to, yeah, speed. Now, let's throw some crit damage in there, see kind of what we have. Do we see a lethal piece outside of Rhodos up here? We do. This is more of a defensive nuking piece. This is more of like, this will be Harima's maybe. So we don't want to touch that one. What other lethal pieces do we see up here? This one could be a great candidate. Now, I guess with helmets, we really need to see high attack percent. We need crit rate, attack percent. All of these stats come together for a really strong build, but not an easy build to do. Let's say Varl is a very stat-heavy champion. Okay, we do see some attack percent there. Maybe drop the crit damage to medium, because I want to see more attack than crit damage right now. We're already good on crit damage for the most part. We definitely need to see more attack, more speed. Okay. Guess we're going to go with the Newt piece. Gives us decent speed, good, decent attack, good crit damage. Now we need a 29%. I don't know if that's doable or not. Let's go ahead and find out. We have a 26%. Then we have a quad there, but oh, dude, this is why we need the Slayer. Hate to see that we don't have a single piece. That would bring us right over the top. Now we have to reevaluate our builds. This is, I guess, a time where, hey, the optimizer would have found this with no mistakes, but I'm always trying to learn, always trying to find something to help myself get better at every game that I play, and specifically Raid. Okay. We need just a little bit of... We just need a little bit of crit rate, and I guess we're going to end up losing a bunch of attack. It's worth it. We'll go right here. Now we need to try to glyph some attack if we can. We might not even be able to, honestly. I guess this is the only piece where we'll be able to do that. We want to see the +5. I'm not really worried about these 5-star attack glyphs on anybody else. So that puts Varl at 6.1k. Attack in Hydra, that'll be 6.2. So he'll be at 12. What is that? What's that going to end up being at? 12.5k in total. So 12.5k attack once he's fully ramped up to 78 speed, 324 crit damage, and then 341 accuracy with 20% ignore defense. Overall, he's looking fantastic. I would like to see some more attack, but that's where the Ascension here could come into play. All the Ascensions down here, we could get some crit damage. We could get the attack Ascensions up top. We could always improve by getting a different helmet here, a different shield here with some crit damage. I could get a different one with good speed with a little bit more attack damage rolls, but we have other champions to worry about. This video is already 30 minutes long, so we got to move on to the next champ. Which I think the next champ is going to be Harima. She's used outside of just the Hydra, so got to get her good. Ah, dude, that would have been amazing. What do we have? We need, yeah, like I said, we need to keep the arena in mind when we're doing this. Want her to be as viable there as possible, and we're not worried about accuracy on her, actually. Usually I would build her with a little bit of accuracy for sheep, but I'm not worried about sheep here. Just some more damage. We have 2 provokers already. We don't need any more. So let's see what type of defense we have. I guess both of these we would like, well, let's go focus speed, but then we just want the most defense that there is. Hide the set filters and see what we have. So this one is decent. Now, I would like to go more speed on that than what it has. I don't know. Okay, so that's really the best that we have. All right, fair enough. Let's go ahead and throw that on. Now, with the rings, this one double defense with defense ascension. Fair enough. And now I can only assume... Oh, wait, no, actually not. I'm going to say I could only assume there's going to... Okay, yeah. There is a maxed one. we did have some good stuff for Harima already done up. Let's see what we have for the bottom row in Savage or Lethal. So, Savage, we would like to see some defense percent. Alright, we have no defense percent. And here we have 1 defense percent. Maybe 2 if it's like quad speed. No, okay, so we have 1 defense percent. 1 is better than none. Gotta do what you gotta do. Let's take this chestplate. That's some really unfortunate luck. I don't really know how that even happens. No chestplates with defense percent. Or boots. Alright. Now let's check our crit damage and our speed on these. So here we have a defense percent pretty high roll, some crit rate, high crit damage. Here we have defense but heavy on the attack. That's not what you want to see. Defense percent, crit damage, that's pretty solid. Okay, and these boots are making me, these 2 pieces right here are making me sway towards Savage. I think Savage might actually be the move despite the lack of a chestplate. That's really good, but we need speed. Definitely need some speed. So we're going to avoid the other 2 and just look for some speed, see what we have. Definitely looking at that one. That's a fantastic piece. Sadly, it's a 5-star. Not too sure if it's going to be quite worth using. Alright, the triple resistance. Oh my gosh. That's what we wanted to see. And this is why I like doing it by hand. You find these hidden gems of pieces that were nothing beforehand. Let's see what this one wants to roll. Oh, 1, 1, 1, 1. I'm just gonna re-roll it, see if we get speed with crit rate. Okay, it doesn't happen. It is what it is. So let's look at the gauntlets. We do have a triple roll speed. We would have to make up 49 crit rate, which isn't easy to do. Even here, we'd have to make up a lot of crit rate. Oh, this puts me in a weird place trying to find a piece here. Here we get some speed, some defense, some crit rate. We would have to get a decent amount of defense, some speed, a lot of crit rate, and a lot of crit damage. Let's see if it's possible. Why not? I mean, don't know unless you take a look. So this one from Saltus is absolutely phenomenal. I think we're absolutely going to have to take this. That puts us right where we want to be, actually. So we need a defense percent chest with speed, crit rate, and... what is this? Okay, actually, that might be the piece. Yeah, because that fills off all of the stats we're looking for. We get a lot of speed. We get a decent amount of crit damage. Okay, defense. It's not great defense, but once we get that 3-star soul, we're gonna be looking real nice. Yeah, I don't think there's gonna be too much of a better piece on the account. Yeah, that simply isn't worth doing. So Harima is really nice now. Again, a little low on the defense. Easily fixed by Ascension here, Ascension here. This could be Speed Ascension even. Get her faster if you like. We do get some defense here. That piece already got a speed glyph. That piece has an okay speed glyph. Alright, Harima is done. She is now at 5.9k defense, 255 speed, 282 crit damage. If we go to Hydra, she'll be at 6k defense, 275 speed, 312 crit damage. Like I said, fully booked, 2-star heaven cast, and I don't like these masteries. I really prefer when you go Shield Breaker, Ruthless Ambush, Cycle of Violence, Kill Streak. This is just my preferred way of doing it. It doesn't mean it's the right way. It's just what I'm comfortable with. Let's pick up Methodical for some better scaling in Hydra, and she's great. Alright, we have one last champion to build, and then we'll do a small test run. This video is going to be about an hour long. Sorry about that, guys, but hopefully, if you're still here, you've learned, or you're at least enjoying listening to the process. So let's go and take a look. We have a decent piece there, nothing insane. I think that's more what we're after. Defense. Alright, let's take a look at the banners. What do we have? That is the perfect banner. Alright, cool. No other questions about that one. Hide set filters. We'll be taking that. Cool. Kind of, I don't like the idea of him getting the blood shield actually because of trying to make Visix the target. So we do have to change that up, even though that was a really nice piece. Yeah, 100 defense, but we need to make the team work. Now we need to look for Savage again, or Lethal. We already took the stuff from Savage, so I think we have to go to Lethal. Let's pick up this chest plate and see what we can do now. I do know that this is a good shield, so we'll grab that. And the thing about Mishinaki is we need to go a lot heavier on the speed than the other nukers. They were both very fast, but he specifically needs speed over most stats. So these boots will actually probably end up being on him. Once we get that speed maxed out, that would be really nice. What else do we have? Is there any? We can take it to 6-star. Okay. So we're going to take this one. Gives us a good amount of speed, some accuracy, some crit rate. We got this. We're still not in a bad place for crit rate. Now we just need a lot of crit damage. We need a lot of crit damage, a lot of speed, a little bit of crit rate on each piece. Let's see what we can do. If we can get a perception set, that would be great. We need a 30% on the crit rate. Let's see what the highest we have is when it comes to helmets. Highest crit rate helmet, 25. Okay. So that isn't going to work. What does Mithrala have here? Ooh, that is a crazy one. What was that helmet again? I think Marshall Ed might be losing it. Okay. So the issue here is we have no crit damage. Our crit damage is pretty abysmal. It's not worth that amount. It's not worth the speed if we can't do damage in the times that we do actually get turns. And I know his A1 is where we're getting most of our damage from, but I can't justify doing that. So let's see what we have. That one off Newt wouldn't be bad. This one right here, if it hits crit damage once or twice more, no. Okay, so it seems like this one off Newt's gonna have to be it, and I don't like taking from Newt because he's one of those key champs, but I'm here to make a Hydra team and hopefully not screw over everything, but if I have to screw over a few builds to make this work, I will. And Newt definitely doesn't have to be in lethal. Absolutely not. He works in basically anything. I'd say this is the lesser of the builds. Then again, he's just an insane nuker and he'll pump out the damage regardless. Now, once we get him with some speed ascension here, a defense percent, and a crit damage, if we add 12% to where he is now, he would be at 261. That's not bad. And then you add on the Hydra bonuses, we'd be at 291. So that's not bad at all. Nothing to scoff at. Outside of that, I mean, there's not too much else I could do to his build right now, which means he's done, she's done, and he's done. So everybody is built. Let's go ahead and give this a test run, guys. Definitely spent a decent amount of time knocking this out. Yeah, about an hour for, what, we're at 45 minutes for this team? Not bad. So Yastrid, we want to go first into that. Second here. Harima, do what you want. Mishinaki, there and there. With, I don't know, with Varl, I just kind of let him do what he wants. With Siphi, you want to focus her revive, and with Visix, we usually want to open with this and then let her do what she wants from there. So that is the team, guys. Let's go ahead and give it a small test run. Double check, make sure we're a nightmare. Here we go. So with this team, I'm expecting some really solid numbers, and the numbers are going to start popping out as we down the heads. It'll take a little bit to get to where we need to be, but after that, we should be looking really nice. Again, one of our biggest issues is the fact that we don't have everybody booked. Just got to give everybody time to scale here. We have 2 scaling nukers. And oh my gosh, how could I possibly let this slip through? This whole time, I'm sure everybody was thinking, what are we doing for block buffs? Oh my gosh, how could I just let that through? Here I am making a video about, hey, this is what you should be doing to make your stuff better, and I don't even know what I'm doing. I'm not going to scrap the video, despite that being a massive mistake. I might have to pause and change some stuff up, though. Maybe that's taking out Visix, even though we kind of need her. But no matter what, we need somebody in here with block buffs, because we don't have a consistent AoE HP burn. Alright, give me 1 second, guys. I'll get this problem fixed, and I'll show you guys the build. See y'all then. We made the change, so it's not a perfect change, and it's definitely not something I'm going to say stick with this for forever, but Contra is coming in place of Visix, because we need some form of block buffs. It doesn't have to be 100% consistent AoE, because Mishinaki can pick up the slack, but we definitely need to see some form of block buffs out there. So we got Contra in Guardian and Speed gear. She is at 41k HP, which is a little bit low, but then 5.2k defense, 306 speed, and 382 accuracy. She isn't booked right now, which is just going to lead to some more issues. So we definitely need to see her getting booked. And then we have, let me double check. Oh, we do have one booked. Okay, I'm going to swap over the gear real quick, but then the masters we're going to be looking at are going to be Giant Slayer, Sniper, and Master Hexer. So let me get this swapped over and we'll go ahead and knock this out. We got it swapped over using the preset manager. We don't actually have the masteries fully done on this one. We would go Giant Slayer, but we have mostly done enough to actually try to run the team. So let's give this a second chance here. That out. We want to get all of our debuffs out. We have plenty of buffs for our Heaven cast. That's what we like to see. Get that up. Really sucks that Varl isn't... oh, wait. Mistake here on my end. Really sucks that Varl isn't fully booked, because we don't get to see the consistent hits that we'd like to see. We won't get to see as many A3s, A2s. We won't get to see the decrease attack out as often as possible. So there we go. We did get one, which is better than nothing. Let's just continue to knock this out. See if we can get a provoke with Yastrid, because we are going to have to reset this a couple times. Sadly, that's just how some of these teams are. To get really high damage, you got to get a good setup. Let's redo this. I'm taking you guys through the whole process. I'm not trying to cut out much. This video is going to be a bit longer than I even thought it was going to be. But yeah. So let's see if we can get the provoke up. No, we didn't even land the... Didn't even get 4 debuffs up, which we have to get 3 to 4 debuffs up to begin with, and that's how you know the run is good to go. So we got 2 there, which should mean we get 2 off of Yastrid. No, we got unlucky and only got 1. It's because she's unbooked. Just bad RNG, guys. It's making it really hard to show off this team. Might have to say, hey, can't really show it off right now simply because of all of these. Okay, there we go. We did get the start we were after there. Now, how many? We only have 1 block buffs up. We need to see if we can land some HP burns. No HP burn there. No HP burn there. Mishinaki is being a bit frustrating. Start working on getting somebody out of here. We want to focus down the head of Blight and then the head of Mischief. Those are the 2 most annoying heads for this team. Even though we have some ways of getting rid of all the buffs that they put out, it can just be a little frustrating. And then Mishinaki needs to try to land all of his HP burns. So sadly, we only have 1 out, but hey, it happens. Let's just focus down at this head. We do have decent protection. Yeah, as you can see, we are hitting very, very hard. And nice thing with Contra is we can land our stuff even through the Poison Cloud. Yeah, just continuously A1 this boss. That sucks. We got resisted. Yeah, we can try to land. We didn't land it. See if we can get the provoke up from Contra again. No, dang. We're getting just some awful RNG right now, guys. But maybe we can knock out this head beforehand. We did get our stuff stolen, and that's just unfortunate. We can get him back up pretty quickly since we only have 1 person that's really going to be consistently dying at all. We do give ourselves the room. Well, we're able to cut ourselves some slack, I guess that's how I put it. But yeah, we do get 1 head down, and at this point, if everybody were to be booked, we would be able to cycle and get a bunch of damage off. Right now, not everybody's booked, so losing a whole bunch of damage. But you guys get the idea. We just focus down the head that is most annoying. My damage estimate, once this team is fully booked, everybody's ready to go, we'd probably be looking around, I'm gonna say 500, maybe 600 mil. As you can see, even without the books, it does pump out some really solid damage. See if we can get an actual hit. 700k without being ramped up at all. Really solid stuff there. Once he's fully ramped up, he's going to be hitting somewhere around 2 million on that A3. Getting it out more and more often is really important. But yeah, guys, that's all I can show you for now, sadly, since, like I've said probably 100 times so far, not everything is fully there for the team to be perfect. But I did my job, I did my part in building the team. Made sure to test the team just to get an idea. Without making that contra change, this team would have been basically impossible to run, and even right now, it's a little bit rough without the speed control. But yeah, I hope you guys did learn a little something from this video, a little something about team building with these. Taking out Visix, I mean, we absolutely needed Guardian gear. Even then, we could probably use some more protection for the team. But with the roster we have, I do believe I've put together one of the best teams that we could have. Um, the only change is putting in Necmo for Yastrid. I think that is a very valid change that gives us a consistent decrease attack. And hmm, yeah, that's a very valid change actually. Because we have the weaken. She just brings the extra weaken. She does bring some heals, but she isn't booked at the moment. Bit conflicted right now. I'm not sure what she would bring. It's just, I guess, consistency with getting the weaken out is what we're looking for putting out maximum damage. Because we're still getting the decrease attack out from our Mishinaki. Um, he's still buff stripping. So I think what I've done is still valid. I just had a little bit of second guessing there, saying, hey, um, maybe we don't have enough decrease attack out there, but we have two champions putting it out. I'm not going to second guess my team. I'm not going to second guess the builds that I did. I think I did a great job, and I'm sure once everything is done, he'll send me a screenshot of what the maximum damage is, and I could throw it in the community tab. Anyways, guys, this video has been almost an hour. If you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. If you'd like to see more content like this, be sure to let me know. If you'd like to get involved in the community at all, you could join my Discord through the link in the description of every single one of my videos. It's a really great community of people. You could also get account work like this for yourself there. I'm going to finish off this takeover, guys. I'll see you on the next one. Peace out.